All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you this story right here. I'm very excited to share because, in a world where a lot of us only receive bad news, right? Because that's profitable, right? Bad news is profitable. Okay, negativity, stoking the race war is profitable. Stories like this about an Uber driver, Michael Bussan in Chicago, whom basically took a 21-year-old who was just shot in a drive-by shooting, rushed them to the hospital, right? And he had basically a pool full of blood in his car in order to save this man's life. This story basically, didn't really get that much traction, right? I didn't really see it too much in the media, but, I did happen to catch, a little thing on social media, and it's something that I looked into, and man, I'm gonna tell you, this story right here really, really, really restores my faith in America. And this is what America really is. Take a look.
More news for you now. When an Uber driver saw two men badly wounded in a drive-by shooting, he immediately stepped in to help.
WGN's Tanya Francisco spoke with that Good Samaritan today. What did he have to say, Tanya?
Well, Lourdes and Ben, it is nice to know that there are still good people out there. This story begins with that drive-by shooting that you mentioned on 29th and Federal last night. The driver of that car was actually injured. He was able, though, to drive off and try to search for a hospital, but instead he ended up crashing near Roosevelt at Clark. And that's when the Good Samaritan Uber driver came to the rescue.
He lost so much blood.
An emotional night for Michael Bussan as he recounts the harrowing night he had when his SUV suddenly became an ambulance. Bussan, an Uber driver, was dropping off a fare in the South Loop near Clark and Roosevelt when he heard a crash. His camera was rolling as he pulled up on the accident scene. That's when a young man limped over asking if he could take his brother to the hospital. He had been shot multiple times in the stomach area. Without hesitation, Bussan said,
"Dude, get in my car. Get your brother. Let's go." He's like, "You take us out. Let me get both of you. Get in my car now." I must have hit 100 miles an hour at some points.
With the camera still rolling while they were rushing to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, you can see the brother who was shot in agonizing pain.
Because the kid in the back kept talking to his brother saying, "I love you, bro, no matter what, I love you." And the kid's just like, stay awake, stay awake. And the kid kept dozing off and falling over. He hopped over the other one. He's like, "You gotta stay with me, man." And he called his mom. His mom was a nurse. And his mom's just sitting there talking to him. He's like, "You gotta do something to stop that blood, baby. You gotta do something." He's like, "Use your shirt." He pulled off his shirt and pushed up against it. And the kid's like, he's like, painful.
The following day,
the Chicago Uber driver who helped save a man's life was awarded today for his efforts. Michael Bussan rushed two brothers to the hospital after one of them had been shot. He found them while driving near 29th and Federal after they crashed trying to get to the hospital. That man's now on a ventilator. He lost a lot of blood inside of that vehicle, so Uber deemed the vehicle a total loss and a biohazard risk. And today, activist Jamal Green wanted to help Bussan fix the damage, but Bussan declined.
I want you to give it to the family.
Okay, go ahead. You can give it to the family.
No, I'm giving it to you to give to the family.
You want me to give it to the family?
I want you to give it to the family.
No problem. So he wants to give it to the family. So we're going to go ahead and give it to the family.
I'll figure out what I'm going to do later. This kid needs more help than anything, and those kids need food. Okay. I'm not going to turn around and drive around in a luxury SUV with those kids not having food on the table.
Bussan says the only way he could fix that vehicle is if he gets the entire interior replaced. He says it could cost up to $20,000, but he doesn't want people to help. He wants people to help the man shot. Bussan plans to set up a GoFundMe for his medical bills.
All right, guys. So that's an amazing story. Okay. I mean, he didn't have to do that, right? I mean, I've been an Uber driver before. When I was in college, I Ubered. And when I was in the corporate world, I Ubered on the weekends for extra money. I kind of understand the situation he was in to a certain extent. Now, I was never in a situation like that where, I had to take somebody to the hospital that was dying. But I've definitely been in situations where, I've cut off the app because somebody needed me to do something, right? Or I went the extra mile to do something for somebody because they truly needed me for help. Okay, I picked up people on the side of the roads, and took them to get their cars fixed, they repair their tires, and didn't charge them for it, right? I didn't charge them for it because it was just the right thing to do, okay? It was just the right thing to do. And like I said, guys, in a world where, the media really wants to fuel the race war. They want white people and black people to hate each other. They won't show this story, right? This story won't be on CNN. It won't be on MSNBC. It won't even be on Fox News. And the reason why it won't be on these channels is because it doesn't make them money, okay? It's a story about a white man saving a black young man who's a victim of gang violence, saving him, okay? Going out of his way to do what was right, even though he had no obligation to do so. And then when faced with repayment for his good deeds, I think he said it was like $5,000 or something like that. He turned it down. He turned it down. He said, no, give that money to the family. I don't need it. Even though this man's vehicle is basically done, right? He lost his vehicle, okay, because it was covered in blood, right? But yet he said, no, give that to the family. I don't need it. I will take care of me. I will figure it out. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. That is what America is. That's what America is. Regardless of your race, regardless of your background, regardless of your socioeconomic status, you know, Americans help each other in need, right? When we're in need, we help each other. Doesn't matter what the political affiliation is. This guy knew nothing about those kids. He didn't say, oh man, they're associated with gangs. They might be dangerous. Let me just get out of here. Let me mind my business. No, he stepped up. He stepped up. And stories like this are really the stories that really need to be going viral. They're the stories that people need to be sharing on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And this is the story of America. This is what we need to be hearing on a day-to-day basis. Not talking about the race war all the time, not trying to make white people and black people hate each other, because that's not the case. White people and black people don't hate each other. They don't. Because at the end of the day, when a black person is in need, white person came and helped. If a white person is in need, I'm pretty sure a black person would come and help. They're not thinking about race at that point in time. They're thinking about their fellow Americans. So I absolutely love this story. And I just wanted to share it, right? I just wanted to share it. And I did donate to the GoFundMe, right? I'm not asking anybody else to do that, right? I hate asking people to do stuff like that. I don't even like asking money for myself, okay? I'm not asking anybody to do it, but I did donate to his GoFundMe because I just think what he did was absolutely incredible. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.